this. I've been thrilled to present it.
Yeah.
It is brand new today, already very, very popular. So when I say brand new today, this day is not even 2 hours old here on the East Coast, and it is already wildly popular. Be so glad that you're seeing it now. What you're getting is truly an exquisite art piece here with a retail value of $275. We are doing it almost as your little pre-holiday gift because we're doing it for 4 easy payments of just $43.71. First of all, it is this multi-textured, beautiful, organic open work design that all at once feels floral, feels a little abstract. You've got this beaded design. It's awesome, and Danny will tell you more about it. But this triplet, I'm going to turn it around so you can see. It starts with a layer of beautiful, solid, genuine turquoise. Then on top of that, there's 18 karat gold foil, artfully applied. And then on top of that, I'm going to turn it so you can see the top, is genuine crystal quartz. That's what we call a triplet, 3 layers. So now when you look into it, it's almost hypnotic.
Yeah, it's really, first let's start from the stone. We had this is a great gemstone, and you explained it so beautifully, so I don't need to add anything about it. We had yesterday elongated style with the same gem.
Guess what? I bought it.
You did?
I bought that ring.
It sold out. Oh, you bought it before the show.
No, guess what happened? I was sitting. It matches this. So if you love this triplet, it's the same thing. I was sitting in the buyer's office having a meeting about this show when your show started, and they had that ring, and I ordered it from the app on my phone.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, well, and then you know what? Because I was looking at the cuff, they showed me the ring. So this, if you missed that ring, this cuff has actually the same centerpiece.
It's the same artisan, it's the same designer. And for me, I've done many cuffs over the years. I've never done anything like this. For me, it's true. It's a piece of art, and you mentioned it a few minutes ago. It's this bangle, just the way it looks, the way it was designed, the way it was carved, the different texture, the way he worked with the wire. It's extraordinary. It's a truly piece of art. There's nothing like it. The way it sits on the wrist, it's just beautiful. It comes in 3 sizes. So again, if the small would go 6 3/4 to 7 inches wrist, the average would go probably 7 1/4 to 7 3/4, and around 8 inches is the large one. Did I say it correctly?
You did, and Danny, as you say it correctly, I'm looking at this thinking, every bit of this is so fantastic. I mean, this is exquisite. You've got this look of like the bead detailing, and then these very organic sort of, they almost feel like vines winding their way up, wrapping around that triplet. It's spectacular.
It's spectacular. It's so original. It's so different. It's really represent everything that Orpaz is all about. This beautiful organic design, the boutique look, using exotic gemstone that we cut all the gemstone specifically for the items, and that there is nothing like it. And this is the type, and it feels good. There's a lot of solid sterling silver here, so you know that when you will get it home, you wear it, you enjoy it for years. It's the type of bangles that you don't need to layer and stack anything with it, but you can if you want to.
You know what's nice too about it, and this is really important to me, if I'm going to buy a bangle, I want it to look good all the time. I don't want it sliding around, so now my triplet's on the inside of my wrist. I want it to sit just like it's sitting on Katya's wrist. I've been wearing this now for most of the evening. Well, actually, I've been wearing it now for, I guess, about 4 hours. It is so well balanced that it never slid.
Yeah.
And I was just actually, while we were showing Katya, I was shaking my arm back and forth to see if I could get it to turn around. And once you put it on and give it a little squeeze, it stays well balanced. I remember one time I bought a cuff. I thought I loved it, and I ended up never wearing it because every time I put it on, the focal point of the cuff would spin around and be on the inside of my wrist.
Yeah.
You guys think of everything.
Thank you. And for me, in general, in all the Orpaz collection, comfort, it's the first thing, with all the rings, like the double rose ring that we showed earlier. The original version was slightly longer. It wasn't as comfortable, so we made it shorter. And we try every piece before we start production. We make sure that it's something that, because I want you to wear it, I want you to enjoy it. I don't want you just, buy it and then wear it like every once in a while.
Yeah.
We produce jewelry that, I always try to think, first of all, from look perspective, I want it to be timeless, not something that's going to be trendy and hot for this season, something that you're going to wear and enjoy for many years. And then the comfort, I want it to be comfortable. I want it to have the solid presence of the style of the silver that you see on the screen. And then the design, it's so intricate, it's so detailed. For me, it's like a piece of art. You know, I love going to the, you know, my wife is a curator, so I love going to the museum with her, and she explained me, you know, I don't have to read all the little letters because she explained me everything. But just looking at this beautiful painting, the beautiful sculpture, and be amazed how the artisan was able to create that. And for me, this bangle, it's a piece of art like that.
And when we talk about that triplet, it's that layer of real turquoise, 18 karat gold foil, and then that crystal quartz. So it's a gemstone on top of gemstone, layered in between with 18 karat gold. I love doublets. And this, though, is a triplet, because when you look in these stones, they have such dimension. I almost feel like I'm going to take another one off. Each one is going to be slightly different.
This is exactly what I wanted to say, because they, you know, they spread the gold foil by hand. So each one is going to be, there's nothing like, so each one is going to be slightly different. Although you're going to have the gold foil spread all around the stones, but each one is going to be slightly different. And I think that this is the cool thing about it. So, you know, this is one of a kind.
It also reminds me of like kind of looking at a globe, right?
Yeah.
Like the gold foil, or like some of like the different continents. Like if you look at it, right? Like almost, it's just absolutely stunning. So we could spend hours just talking about the sterling silver. We could spend hours just talking about the doublet. We don't have hours, though, because it's very, very popular. It's brand new today. This is the only order of the year. So we started this show with 450 of them. And obviously, we can't get a ton of these because they take a long time to make. This is not mass-produced jewelry where we can call up Danny and say we want 10,000 more. So we were able to get our hands on 450 to be ready for this show. We now have how many left? Oh, we only have 150 left. So this looks like, and we're very limited in the small and large. This is the only order of the year. Danny, for everyone, especially here on the East Coast who's watching, it's 2 in the morning, it's late. This is your little gift for staying up with us, because while your neighbor's sleeping right now, when they wake up in the morning, this is probably going to be gone, and this was the only order of the year.
Absolutely.
Unless someone was really smart and was watching right now, they might not get this at any time in 2014.
Yeah, it's not, again, as you mentioned, Sandra, you know, it's not something that it was hard to produce. It took us, I think, 4 or 5 months to produce this order. Love the fact that, you know, that from the two sides, the two different design, you know, the design, it's not something that repeat of itself. You have few different texture, few different wires that somehow interwoven into perfection, just like art. You know, sometimes you go and you look at this beautiful painting and this beautiful sculpture, and you know, it just looks right in proportion, in the visibility, and it looks gorgeous on the wrist.
So the triplet from yesterday was a ring, and when I saw the show starting and I was with the buyers, I ordered that ring immediately because I knew in looking at it, it was going to sell out. I'm so happy I got my order in. If you're looking at this and you love it,